Welcome to CFC Fan TV ahead of our massive clash against Manchester United this weekend. I'm joined by the one and only Adam McKola. Adam, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
How are you feeling about this?
Looking forward to it. It's a big game. We haven't had many big games at Old Trafford this season because of the simple fact the league's gone now, but looking forward to this one. It's so tight between the two clubs. Hope you'd rather it be first and second.
Of course.
But between the two clubs, between the two managers, I'm really looking forward to this game, and I think it'll be a good game of football. Last season showed that United can beat Chelsea even when Chelsea are at their best. I think Chelsea have shown they can get a result when you look at what they did against Barcelona. So I think both teams are coming into it and they both will be very confident of getting a result. But that's what makes it so interesting, isn't it? Because
do you know
it's so tight at the top.
I said something to you earlier that I think you disagree with, but I want to just say it again if that's all right, because I want to hear what people watching have to say about this. I said to Adam that this game is pretty much a playoff for getting in the top four. Because I think that City have obviously done it. I also think that Tottenham and Liverpool are going to do it. And I think one of Chelsea or United won't. You think it's more complex than that?
I think people look at Spurs and look at Liverpool and see the football they play and get overexcited. When the facts of the matter are, Liverpool will drop points at home against the likes of West Brom and all that. Spurs will do the same. And whilst these teams are great in the big games, they're not great consistently. I have no concerns about us finishing outside the top four. I have concerns we could finish third or fourth.
If we beat you,
but we're not going to finish outside the top four.
If we beat you, we're level on points, and I certainly have concerns.
Chelsea and Manchester United are better than Spurs and Liverpool. You have to see that. We might not play as appealing football on the eye. We might not, score as many goals and all this. But we're better.
But Tottenham troubled me so badly recently. They had 3 games, and I thought in those 3 games, this will be an opportunity for Chelsea to extend a gap over them. Out of those 3 games, where they played Manchester United, that was one of them. They played Manchester United, Liverpool, and Arsenal. They took 7 points. That's
it was
impressive,
a very good,
man.
It was a very good run. It's really impressive. But Spurs haven't got. It's just Spurs, isn't it?
I know.
Like Sir Alex said, it's only Tottenham.
Yeah, that's what he had. That was his team talk one year.
3-0 down at half time.
That was his team talk.
Lads, solid Tottenham, 3-0 down. Get out there. But I proper appreciate that they're very good teams. But I'm not going to take that they're more favourites than Manchester United and Chelsea to finish in the top 4. If anything, I think those two are fighting for that 4th spot.
I mean, I hope you're correct. But sadly, I don't share your optimism. It would be very interesting to hear your thoughts on that debate. So comment below and let us know. Mourinho versus Conte. Talk to me.
Oh, man. Looking forward to it. Do you like Mourinho still as a Chelsea fan? Whereas the whole United thing changed
I will always have love and respect for what he did for Chelsea Football Club. We didn't win the league for 50 years. And he won it at a canter. He then retained it. In amongst that, we were picking up League Cups and whatever else. Yes, I will always appreciate what he did, and I will always have a respect. And actually, to be completely honest, a tiny piece of my heart will always belong to him. But I am sick of him at the moment.
Oh, man. I'm getting, I'm not happy with everything he does. But 90% of what he's done so far at United has been very good. Moving us in the right direction. He's dragged the standards that are required to play for Manchester United up, even if somehow Smalling still gets a game. I don't know how that happens. But he's raised the levels at Manchester United. He's made us a team that we go into games at Old Trafford now expecting to win. I know that sounds
but
weird,
it wasn't the case, was
but
it?
under Van Moyes, we never had that. And we now go into games expecting to win. You know my thoughts on Jose before he arrived.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about his development of youth. I wasn't sure about his attitude towards flair players.
Yeah.
Martial, for one.
True.
And you look at how he's in and out of the team. I'm not totally happy with that. But 90% of what he's done, I'm happy with. And I think he's moving us in the right direction. We're progressing. I wish we had a more settled 11. I wish we had a more settled back 4. And I wish we were in a title race this season. But ultimately, he's doing well.
And also, the title race isn't Mourinho's fault. The title race, I think Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho haven't done anything wrong for not being in that title race. They haven't done anything wrong. Pep Guardiola has done the unthinkable.
Yeah,
You
they're
have to
just
take your hat off at some
so
point.
good, this season. And because United dropped 6 points over Christmas that I think were crucial to us. If we got those 6 points in Leicester, Burnley, Southampton games, we're probably still in a title race. I know everyone can say that, but like it was that period of time that really affected us. But as you say, even if we'd won most of the games, City have been so good they'd probably still be 3 points ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just the standards they've set is very, very high. I do think Chelsea and United will challenge for the league next season, though. I don't think City will have it all their own way. I think both teams are improving, but Conte could be gone though. Do you think he'll be gone? A lot of talk about Mourinho at United, but Conte is probably in the top 4, the manager that's most likely not to be in the job next season.
Out of the top 4, Conte is definitely the most likely not to be at the club that he's currently at.
Even with Wenger about.
Even with Wenger about.
Well, he's not top 4.
I mean, I would personally do anything to keep Antonio Conte at Chelsea. Anything. I mean, I would let anything change at Chelsea apart from that. Absolutely.
What needs to change to keep him happy then? Because he doesn't look like he's going to get sacked. It looks like it's going to be a thing where it's like, you know what, I've had enough.
I think they'll sack him. I don't think he'll resign.
He'll get sacked because of the money, kind of thing. But it doesn't look like he'd be unhappy about it. And that's a problem when he won the league for you last season.
He won the league. He achieved what felt like the impossible. You know, we finished 10th the previous year. He came in. We won the league. We won 30 out of 38 games. Like incredible. That is incredible. And yeah, he managed to make Stamford Bridge feel like a good place again, because the previous season it was poisonous in there at times. He changed all that on the first day. We played West Ham at home, first day of the season. It was a Monday night, and everything changed. It was all rosy. Him and Diego Costa had a love affair, knocked in a last-minute winner. Batshuayi set him up, the new signing. It was all perfect. Sadly, that has soured. And while I would do anything to keep Antonio Conte at the club, I've made my feelings on that perfectly known. I think it's probably not.
Would you have Mourinho over Conte?
No, never. I love Antonio Conte so much, and I think that's what's irked Mourinho.
I think you're lying a bit there.
I think it's irked. No, honestly, I haven't. I think there's nobody at Chelsea who I would say I love more than Antonio Conte. Nobody at the club.
Not even Roman.
Nobody means more to me at Chelsea than Antonio Conte. I genuinely mean that.
So will you be disappointed to see him go then?
Yeah, heartbroken.
Because it kind of does feel like it's leading towards.
It's going to happen, isn't it? I mean, I think that the only way it might not happen, can they let a man go who wins the league in his first year, and wins the Champions League in his second year? Can they let that? Say that were to happen, can they let him go in that scenario? They can't.
That's the second leg against Barca first.
No, of course, no. But that's the only way.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that's a massive long shot. But if that were to happen, I don't see a world in which they could let him leave.
I could see he definitely has the ability to do that. I just don't think. I think again, Chelsea are a club that never give the responsibility of signing players to their manager, and until the point you do that, you're never going to keep a manager happy for long.
Hey, you sound like me.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you're never going to keep a manager happy for long if you're bringing in players that he doesn't want. Yeah. When you bring in 3 players, you'd probably rather that money spent on 2 or 1 player.
I couldn't agree more.
And I feel like some of the signings you've made have brought Chelsea backwards rather than forwards, and as a result you lose your manager, but then you'll probably replace your manager and then in 2 years win the league again. Yeah. So it's I don't know, it's a strange one, but I'd rather Mourinho, even though I do have my faults and my issues with Mourinho. As I said, I think ultimately it got to a point where we needed Mourinho and Mourinho needed us.
I think that's true. I think that is,
and I think he will win a league. Yeah,
I think that could
next season.
Could be a long shot. Well, it won't be next year because Chelsea win it then. But do you know what? Though? Getting back onto this game, from the outside looking in at Manchester United, it feels like this game for you, like what I'm scared of, is you getting it right. And I think that the game will be won for Manchester United if it is won in the midfield. Paul Pogba playing well. What is going on with Pogba?
I'll be honest there. I can't get my head around the fact Pogba can get dropped for poor form, but Ashley Young and Chris Smalling and all these guys can survive for so long.
Is that due to replacement though? Because Smalling,
we've got Luke Shaw.
Right.
We had Lindelof and Bailly.
Yeah.
Twanzebe got chucked out on loan. And Tuanzebe is someone that Jose is a fan of. So it was just like, I can't get my head around that. And I feel like he's got this weird thing with loyalty. Like, he'll show his, Pogba didn't play well that game, or he doesn't want to play in the position I want him to, so I'll just drop him. He's not loyal. You know, one of them ones whereas,
does it scare you
he doesn't look at the... No. Jose will leave before Pogba.
Really?
United will never let Pogba leave.
Right.
Like, I don't want it to come to that. I'm not saying get rid of Pogba, Mourinho.
Of course.
But, I mean, if it ever came down to that, and I don't think it has got that far, because they've got a good relationship. They've always had a good relationship. And I think Pogba's out of form. He's been dropped. Jose's probably trying to get a reaction from him. And
does he bring him back for Chelsea?
Of course you do. Herrera got injured, pulled his hamstring. McTominay, for the world, is a decent player, but he's not Paul Pogba. Matic, fantastic player, but in recent weeks, his form has taken a dip, partly because I feel like we're giving him a difficult job to do when we're saying play in a midfield 2 with Pogba. Pogba don't want to play in a midfield 2, sitting deep. So then you've got one player that doesn't really want to be in that position, and Matic trying to do everything.
Yeah.
And it hasn't helped. So I feel if we play a 4-3-3 and get Pogba in his best position and another midfielder, Matic will play better for it as well. By the way, thank you for Matic.
You're welcome.
He's a very good
do you know
player.
what? If
he's a very nice lad as well. I met him.
Is he?
Top. I met him at the UNICEF Awards.
Right.
UNICEF dinner. And
nice bloke.
I remember I just went up to him and started chatting to him. And like, you know when you think, I'm going to get a picture and I'll do one.
Yeah.
But he just kept talking to me.
Really?
And he was like, what a bloke.
Did he know you?
Yeah.
Was he aware of like the YouTube thing and all that?
I don't know.
Oh,
I genuinely don't. I know a few players do, like Jesse and
Yeah.
Pogba and that know about us, but
Do you know,
doesn't look like the kind of bloke that will jump on.
No.
He'll read a book before he gets on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing with Matic, like when you said that isn't the one that winds me up. Like when Matic left Chelsea, I thank him for what he did. You know, he was pivotal in us winning 2 league titles, so he's obviously a brilliant player, but it wasn't quite right for us, and it was time that he moved on.
Is it a replacement?
Matter's the one that upsets me. I love Juan. I still am not over us gifting you Juan Mata.
I love Juan.
Is he loved at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
Is he?
But yeah. I think Jose loves him as well. I genuinely think.
Really?
I thought Juan was gone. I thought Juan's gone. And then he comes in, he got substituted on and off in the championship, and you're thinking, Jose's trying to force this guy out. You're thinking, and then in the end, it all settled, and I think Juan Mata is at a different stage of his career now, where he knows he's won everything there is to win apart from the Premier League. He's won World Cup, Champions League, Europa League, this, that, the other. Like, I think he's at a point now where he's happy at Manchester United. He's a senior player. He knows he will play games. He might not play it every week, but I kind of think he's happy with that.
Yeah.
And I think he's a vital part of our team. The only thing with Mata is that, like, we play better when Mata's in a team, but if you pick our best team, Juan Mata's probably not in it. If you pick like a 4-3-3.
So if you're going for your strongest, so United get to the Champions League final, you're playing Chelsea. Who are you going for? Who plays in that position if not Juan Mata?
What position?
Like that creative.
See, it depends how we play, because if you play a 4-3-3, you haven't got a place for number 10.
Right.
Because you're playing a 4-3-3. Yeah. So Mata he has occasionally played as one of the 3.
So would it be between him and Martial then?
No. So it'll be between, it's kind of between, because Sanchez can play on the left, Mata on the right, and then or Martial on the left and Sanchez. So it does, or Lingard. Yeah, I see. We've got so many options there that it's a difficulty. But I feel when you play Mata out wide, he's just not got the pace. No. If he had pace, he'd be the best player in the world. I know. Do you know who I always used to say? Be the best do you know who I always used to say that about? At Chelsea at the same time, we had Joe Cole and we had Sean Wright-Phillips. And I remember thinking in training, Joe Cole must just look at Sean Wright-Phillips and think, if I had your pace, I'd be the best footballer. I'd be the best footballer in the world. Like, people would still be talking about him now. And his hamstrings, probably. Yeah, if he could run like that, because Joe Cole had it all. Everybody could catch him. They'd slide. He beat them twice, but they'd slide back and retrieve possession. Remember that goal he scored against Sweden? Against you? Oh, against Sweden for England, yeah. But do you remember the one against you when Rio Ferdinand? We won the league that day. Yeah, an incredible player. I remember Ballack scoring a penalty as well. Scored 2 that day, Ballack. I got some very good memories against Chelsea and some very bad. And I've got the same, but do you know what? Your good memories would probably be at Stamford Bridge, and my good memories would probably be at Old Trafford. I mean, there's a couple. Like 5-0 is a bad memory. 5-3 at Stamford Bridge.
5-0. Jody Morris scored that day.
Yeah.
Jody Morris, Chris Sutton.
Do you remember Beckham in the goalpost with his
When he ran
hands
like
behind his ears?
He got a lighter, thumb for a lighter hitting that day. Yeah, it wasn't me.
I love Beckham.
Yeah, he was good. Do you know what? There was a cup game as well. There was a cup game when Graham Lasso. That was a replay. We drew 0-0 away. Di Matteo got sent off.
It was just after Harvey was
that was
born.
that was a year. No, that was a year you was it? No, that was a year you won the treble. That was, I think that was when you won the treble. Because I remember being away. I went to the away leg at that, and Di Matteo was sent off, and like we had a lot of support out there that day. 0-0. And I remember thinking on the way back, I was like, yes, got the 0-0. We're going to bring them back to Stamford Bridge. We're going to batter them. Dwight York chipped the keeper.
Bing.
And you were in the West Stand. You had the whole West Stand. There was no roof on it at the time. It was being built, and I just remember seeing your end go up, and I think a flare went off that day. There's been some very good memories.
No. It was Brooklyn. Beckham was born, and they did that for him.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, there was that. There was a cup game when I was even younger when you went in. I think it ended 5-3.
5-3. Beckham scored 2,
and Graham Lasso scored. Yeah.
Then. That was a great game. There was a 3-0.
Do you remember a 2-2? This is fun. I love these trips down memory lane. Do you remember a 2-2? It was a Friday night. You would have been your first away game of the season. Zendon scored for us.
Oh yeah.
Zendon scored, and I think Beckham scored for you again.
I remember that, and then I remember, was it Mourinho's first ever Premier League game?
Yeah. When Idiger Johnson scored. That was the first day of the season as well.
Yeah, that was on a Friday night, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, that was.
I'm sure that was a Friday night.
Might have been, but that was first day of the season. It was Mourinho's first game. First game at Chelsea.
And I remember. I was at Old Trafford for Ranieri's first game, 3-3.
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Yeah, Hasselbank scored such a good goal that day.
Hasselbank was that a bullet in his shot, innit?
Yeah, that was
like incredible. I know that I hate.
Mate, I could do this all day. You know this trip, the little trips down memory lane like this.
Like, I wish we could grab a Panini book out and just flick through it. I remember that.
They were incredible.
Great games.
Do you know what? So if Chelsea are to channel the spirit of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and score some good goals and get a result, where do you think? Who are you scared of in this Chelsea team?
Eden Hazard's the obvious one. Will.i.am's a fantastic player, and when we were linked with him, I wanted him. But after we got Matic, I kind of thought, all right, we're not going to get him.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, because I completely agree with you. I think Willian is just a phenomenal servant to Chelsea Football Club. He's been so good for us for so long. I love him. I really do love him. I don't think he's given the respect that he deserves. A lot of people watching this will massively disagree with every word I just said and your sentiment.
I know Chelsea fans are very. Is that because do you feel it's because he wanted a move, never got the move, and now he feels like he's stale?
Do you know what? It's not because it's the people. When I've had some people get quite vicious about it, but when I've had interest, I always want to hear a conflicting opinion. And when I've heard those chats with people who make a case, they will often suggest that he's quite profligate, gives the ball away too often, runs when he should pass, makes a wrong decision. They don't rate him as a player. I disagree with it, but I do find that quite interesting. But it's a funny one because in the stadium, it's unanimous support. People love Willian. But then obviously because I love being part of this online community and stuff. It's slightly different. Do you see that at Manchester United?
Yeah, it's like with some. You always get the internet opinion and the crowd opinions very different of players, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like away support sometimes will take to a player that online support hates.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting, and I find that
Willian's a good example of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an example at Manchester United. There is someone there, and it's just not like Jesse Lingard. A lot of people hate Jesse Lingard. Online, everywhere, but Jesse Lingard is an absolute baller.
Seems to score goals.
He's our second top goal scorer this season. He's got 12 goals.
Yeah. Whenever I've watched him play, big goals.
Remember that goal at Chelsea?
Yes.
He doesn't score bad goals.
He scores massive goals as well. Goals at Wembley and all that.
But he's the kind of player as well and it's mad because in our away end, his mum and his dad and his brother and everyone were there, and
really,
it's like the support in there is different for him, and it's Jess is a good lad. I love Jess.
Yeah, good player. And also when you're the team, obviously, he's not a player. He's not up there with the likes of, I don't know who you want to compare him to, but the Pogbas and whoever. He's not as good a player as that. But brilliant Manchester United teams over the years have been built on players more like Jesse Lingard. You need those players in your squad. You need the players to come in, do a job, nick a few points.
It's not just that. I think his footballing ability is very underrated.
Really?
He's been better than Dele Alli this season.
Yeah, he's better.
And Dele Alli's been... I know Dele has a huge talent, but he's been poor this season. Jesse Lingard hasn't.
Yeah.
If I was picking the England team tomorrow, Jesse Lingard's in it ahead of Ali
Yeah.
because he's so much better than him at the moment.
Yeah,
But-
I can't disagree with that.
And I'm sure Chelsea fans won't.
I'm just going to push you quickly before we end this video. I'm going to end it with a score prediction from you, and I'm going to give my favourite ever Manchester United Chelsea memory. What do you reckon for a score prediction and favourite memory?
Score prediction 1-0.
Favourite memory?
United. Favourite memory between United and Chelsea. There's been some good ones, you know.
So
I'd have to say 5-3 in the cup and Beckham doing
I
that.
can
Because you know what it is? That is just one of my personal favourite. You know when I think of, because Beckham's my favourite player ever.
Is he?
So like when I think of great times and just Beckham just boiling
Giving it to-
piss and
giving it
just
to-
like,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
love it. Like
Yeah, I think
Beckham's my guy.
that's fair enough. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Chelsea victory, and I think my favourite ever memory is when arguably Chelsea's greatest ever servant, Dennis Wise, pulled the pubic hair from Nicky Butt, and Chelsea went on to win the game 5-0. That or the cup final. Do you remember the first cup final at Wembley? Didier Drogba lifting it over Van der Sar.
Yeah, 1-0.
Yeah, either one of those two.
Day, you know.
Yeah, that
I was
was.
gutted that day.
Do us a favour, comment below. Let us know your
Because
favourite.
we beat you in the first
memories.
Charity Shield there on pens.
Yeah, you did.
And then we lost the first cup.
You did. God, this is brilliant. Do you know what? I'm going to end this video now, and I'm going to keep taking a trip down memory lane with Adam. Go on, you Blues. Oh, missed.